This program is made possible by generous support from China City, with locations in Oak Harbor, Freeland, and Mill Creek, Washington, as well as these local businesses.
When I received the call, I felt like the wind had been knocked out of me. I couldn't breathe, kind of like right now. I blindly handed the phone off and stumbled to the back door that had suddenly disappeared. When I finally made it outside, I collapsed to the muddy ground. At 28 years old, I felt like I'd been given a death sentence. All I could think was that I was going to die too, suffering and withering away just like my mother. My mother, Carol Flanagan, was an amazing woman. She was full of life, compassion, and magic. I thought she was invincible, just like any child does. But at the vulnerable age of 13, I watched my mother slowly die of ovarian cancer. Serious depression followed me from the time of her death. I developed a food addiction to cope, gained a lot of weight, and the result became a fear of living. Years later, I met a man who loved me for who I was. Ben was the first man I could open up to and truly trust. Every attempt I made to screw it up and push him away failed. He simply would not give up on me. He loved me, understood me, and put up with my bull. A rare find. One day while in the shower, I felt a large, hard lump in my left breast. I knew it hadn't been there the day before. What ensued directly afterwards was a whirlwind of doctor's appointments, scans, blood tests, and being felt up by more men and women than I care to share. While I was enduring a multitude of intimate moments with strangers, I was always able to look over and count on the strength of my future husband. It was he and his sister, my best friend Olivia, who held my hand and made me stay at my first chemo treatment, when all I wanted to do was run away after I told the nurses and doctors to go screw themselves. Ben stayed by my side for countless hours, watching me be pumped full of chemicals and examined like an experiment. He shaved my head for me when my hair fell out and helped decorate my breasts the day of surgery for the surgeon's entertainment. After countless trips to Seattle, a bilateral mastectomy, and losing my fertility, I was finally told I had survived cancer. Time to rejoice, right? You would think so. It didn't feel like it to me. I was 80 pounds overweight, bald, covered in scars, and absolutely miserable. I was repeatedly asked the question, how do you do it? You're such an inspiration. And I never understood this question. I had simply gotten up each day and had done what had needed to be done to survive. After I was done with treatment, Ben and I decided to travel to Isla Mujeres, Mexico, to celebrate in the warmth and beauty of paradise. The first night there, Ben surprised me by proposing, and I said yes immediately. I had decided to be fearless and give love a try. It wasn't easy, as I'd had years to perfect my role as a victim. In the summer of 2012, Ben and I welcomed our adopted son, Alexander, into the world. The first year of Alex's life flew by. I was absolutely humbled at how much he was teaching me about how to be a mommy. I thought it was going to be a piece of cake, and as all parents know, that was completely wrong. When Alex turned a year old, we heard the words that no parent ever wants to hear. There's something seriously wrong with your child. After months of failed treatments, it was worse than we've ever expected. Following a CT scan, the neurosurgery team at Children's called us and said to come down, pack our bags, and come down immediately. Alex was a ticking time bomb to be a quadriplegic. I felt like the wind had been knocked out of me, again, and hit by a sledgehammer. I was immediately overcome by fear and began identifying with that victim role I had played so well. But I needed to remember that it wasn't about me this time. It was about our wonderful little guy. And I needed to be brave and courageous for him so that he could live a healthy life. Fortunately, we've been blessed with an amazing soul who can handle anything that's thrown at him. 2 major surgeries and too many traumatic procedures to count. Through it all, he continues to be stubborn and goofy, much like his mother. Raising my son has taught me that even though these scary situations will continue to arise, we can get through them side by side. Last summer, I came across this quote that struck a chord. If it scares you, it might be a good thing to try. It had reminded me of all the things that I was too afraid to try or had given up on in my life. And I was sick and tired of letting fear stop me from achieving my dreams. I decided right then and there that I would say yes to the next scary but exciting proposition I was offered. Since that decision, I've said yes to several things, including WOW. And the outcome has been incredible. Currently, I'm on my way to becoming a group fitness instructor, following my passion of exercise. I'm looking forward to sharing my joy of fitness and what an incredible difference it can make in your life. I still struggle, sometimes daily, to continue shedding the victim. Sometimes I'm able to look within for help. Sometimes I look to others for guidance and support. My goal is to manifest this positive guidance and show my son and others what a courageous fighter I am and what exciting adventures life has in store for you if you open your heart and take a leap of faith. Thank you.